Kevin, tell us a little bit about your background in the sport. Obviously here today to make the draw. Tell us a little bit about your experience with rugby league.
Obviously, when I was growing up, there wasn't any rugby league up in the northeast, and it was there were a lot of good union clubs. I joined a club called Northern, which had Roger Whately in it at the time and one or two other very good England players. But as soon as I came down to London, I switched to league because I was fortunate enough to get invited to the Challenge Cup final at Wembley one year, and it was in Wigan's Pomp when Edwards and Martin Fire and Farrell and people like that were playing. And I've just been hooked since. I love the atmosphere of it. I love the speed of it. Compared to Union, I think particularly last weekend, the slowness of the scrums in rugby union was very obvious, particularly when you've got used to league. It's a different game and a different atmosphere, and I just love it. I'm totally hooked.
So a little bit of a Wigan fan then, are you?
I'm probably a Wigan fan, yeah, if I had to nail my colours to the mast, but as I say, just really glory hunting in the 90s.
What is it that particularly, obviously you've touched on a couple of things there, but what is it about rugby league that stands out for you as being a sport you like?
I think the main thing, is the atmosphere at the grounds, the family atmosphere that people talk about, and it's almost tangible, particularly at a big event. The whole family comes, where for instance, a rugby union game or even a football game, you see very few kids nowadays, and that's the main thing, but it's the speed of the game and just the skill of the players that's absolutely outstanding.
And also the history, obviously you've done the Challenge Cup draw. I think it's 115, 116 years old now, the competition. It's a bit like the FA Cup, I suppose, in some respects, the history and the tradition that goes with the competition.
I mean, you really notice it when you see a trophy like this. It couldn't be anything but Victorian, could it? It's fantastic. And when you see the teams at Wembley pick it up, it's the biggest moment of their players' lives for most of them. It's got great history as well. And again, you're aware of the history in the game, the great players that have held this. Is fantastic.
And obviously today we're at Oxford. They've been drawn against Halifax, so I think you've done them a big favour there. It's a draw that they'll relish, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, great old club, Halifax, and I'm looking forward to seeing Oxford play here. Usually I'm working in the summer, so I don't get to see many live games, but hopefully I'll get over here in this summer and see them start.
Obviously this is one trophy that's on offer this year in the sport of rugby league. There's the Super League as well, and there's the World Cup as well at the end of it. How much are you looking forward to that, watching England go up against Australia and New Zealand?
I mean, the World Cup's really exciting because all the great players in the world are going to be here, and just the way it's spread around, Bristol and all Wales, over in Ireland, France, and Scotland. It's going to be a really fantastic event, I hope. Obviously some of the Australians are absolutely awesome, but with a bit of luck we'll give them a run for the money. I remember, was it 1990, 91 when we beat them at Wembley, and I was there. It was the most exciting game I'd ever seen, I think. And then I flew out to Australia to film and watched the last game of the 3-match series in the outback in Australia with about 200 7-foot Australians roaring at me back, and I think I was quite relieved when Great Britain got beaten that day, or I might have got torn apart.
Obviously you mentioned that Australia and New Zealand are they're quite good sides. Do you think England are capable of winning that World Cup at the end of the year for the first time in quite some years?
I think we've got the skill, and it's having the mental toughness to know we can do it. We've done it before, and home advantage and stuff like that. So with a bit of luck and a following wind, I think they're very capable of it.
Finally, just going back to the Challenge Cup, tell us a little bit about your experience watching the final at Wembley, and how the day was as an occasion.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago I was sat next to Martin O'Fire and I was just completely gobsmacked. We had a couple of chats during the game, but again, the atmosphere there, pretty much a full Wembley, and last year there was a huge rainstorm in the middle of it that almost washed one end out, the Warrington end, for a time. But great memories. As I say, Martin O'Fire flying down wings to score tries, and some really great games.
I guess you'll be hoping to have a free spot in your diary to go again this year.
I'd love to be at the opening match of the World Cup, the England against Australia in Cardiff. But yeah, whoever's in the Challenge Cup final, I hope I'll be there.